Okay, so we'll go over a little bit new vocab here. Altitudes of triangles. So an altitude of a triangle is a segment from a vertex of the triangle, like vertex B, to the line containing the opposite side, and it's perpendicular to that side. Okay, so they're saying this line, we make a perpendicular line, one that comes straight up, but it's got to be the one that comes straight up and hits the B, right? We're not going to do one that comes straight up like that. We're going to do one that comes straight up and hits that vertex. Okay, and when we have that, we have what we call an altitude. The altitude, a different way of thinking that, is just a measurement of how tall that triangle is. In that orientation, with B on the top, how tall is that triangle? Okay, so what if we were to turn this triangle so AB was on the bottom, right? If we rotated it, well, then our altitude, the height of our triangle, would be like this line, right? It would just go from, it would be a 90-degree angle here, and it would go from that side up to the vertex. Well, what about a third one? If we had BC, if we laid it on this side, B to C, well, in that case, our altitude would be a measurement that went from this vertex, made a straight line. And if you're, oh no, if you're guessing that these lines are all crossing over each other, then that is a great guess. They certainly are. Okay. Okay, so an altitude can lie in the interior or in the exterior or on the side of the triangle. So like, for example, this one, um, for this triangle, the height of it, just the way that it's drawn, we can't really draw a line that goes from this and touches down somewhere in this A to C area, right? It just wouldn't work to draw it that way. But if you continue that AC line out, you make this little dotted line, then you can have your altitude be perpendicular to it. So it's still, following that rule, and it's still kind of measuring the height of our triangle. So sometimes these altitudes are drawn on the inside, sometimes on the outside, but they're basically just saying how tall is it, right? That's what altitude means. Like if you're going to somewhere with a high altitude, you're going up in the mountains or something, you're going up high. Every triangle has three altitudes. If extended, the altitudes of a triangle are concurrent, so they cross over. The point of concurrency is called the orthocenter. Okay, so this orthocenter thing is not necessarily the center of mass. It's not necessarily the same point as the centroid. It's something a little bit different.